Yeah.
Okay, first of all, go ahead and tell us how things have been going over the summer for the team.
Man, it's been going great. I mean, we've been really working hard on the off season, been cutting down all the bad things, but really just been working as a team to get better, especially in the weight room and offensively and defensively. So.
Now, with what you guys have accomplished last season, how much pressure do you feel to recreate some of that?
I mean, I feel a little bit of pressure, but at the same time, we just got to do us. I mean, it is a lot of pressure, but we're on to a new year, so we just have to look forward. I mean, of course, we want to win. Those guys saw us a whole lot of things, so we want to be like them, and we want to go 13-1 or even up to the state championship. So that's the goal. So.
You know, what did you guys find in your success last year that you learned what it takes to be a winning program?
Probably just even whenever it gets hard, to not quit and push through. I mean, you saw in Union County when we played Union County last year. I mean, that was a tight game. It was tough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we pushed through. I mean, if we won, drove down the field and scored a field goal, then we would have won. So.
Yeah. So, what have you seen out of the team so far in practice that lets you know that you guys may be pretty good this year?
Man, we got a whole lot of talking, and on defense and offense. I mean, there's a whole lot of communication on the offensive line and on the defense. I mean, Cam Asbury, he's our outside linebacker. Man, he's just been calling plays and calling everything on the defensive side. He's been doing a great job at it.
So for you yourself now, you've got to step up,
yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah.
You're one of the leaders on the team and one of the older guys.
Yes, sir.
How much has that helped you in your game as far as being that leader and now your teammates expect more from you that pushes you?
I mean, well, last year, I mean, we had a whole bunch of leaders. We really did. I mean, it wasn't one certain person. I mean, everybody came together.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that really just showed me, I mean, we have 17 seniors. So, I mean, we all just have to be a leader together. We all just have to come together into one and show these younger guys how to do it. So that way, whenever we leave, they know how to do it too. So
for yourself, how much better have you gotten? And talk about your development and your progression.
I mean, not having, which I played linebacker last year with Jackson and AD, a linebacker. So I mean, not having them, I mean, because they basically taught me everything. They showed me how to play. I mean, they showed me how to field downhill and hit people. And, I mean, I really just took after them as much as I could. But I mean, my goal is I really just want to show these kids how to win and how to practice and how to come back every single day with the same attitude of I'm just going to give 100%. And even in the school and at work, I mean, I don't know. It's just like I just want to leave something here after I'm done that these kids under me will take, and it'll help them develop their game, and hopefully they'll have more winning seasons after we leave. So.
You know, how do you guys look back on last season? Is it more of, are you disappointed that you didn't get to the championship, or are you more celebrating what you were able to do?
I mean, for me, of course, it's always good to celebrate. It's always good to talk about your accomplishments. And yeah, we did go 13-1, and we did play in the semi-state championship. Unfortunately, we lost. I mean, so there's different ways to look at it. I kind of look at it both. I mean, we did amazing things and had never been done in school history, but at the same time, I mean, we were two or 3 points away from playing that Kirkland Field. So it disappoints me a little bit just because, I mean, I wanted to be there with my guys, but you can't go back.
So when you look at that schedule, what are some of the games that stand out to you?
Adair County.
And why that game?
I mean, they're tough. They were tough last year, and man, I'm just ready to play them. I'm ready to play them. I'm ready to see the outcome. I mean, because I feel like, especially with Easton Jesse from Glasgow moving over there, I mean, he's a very good quarterback. I mean, he's elusive. He runs well, and I just think that's going to be a really good game. I'm excited to play him. and I have nothing but respect for them. I mean, they're solid.
So, at the end of the season, when it's all said and done, what are some of your goals for the season? What do you hope at the end, other than hoisting a championship trophy, for the team to accomplish and for yourself personally?
Man, for the team, I want to win district again. I want to win district, especially for my senior year. And this is something I want to accomplish. I want to have an undefeated regular season, and for us, and then for myself personally, I want to be all district and maybe all region. That'll be really great for me. And then, of course, I want to get some offers. I've been going to a lot of camps, so hopefully I'll be able to go to the next level. So.
Oh, once again, Hart County 2024, man. What are some of your early thoughts on the upcoming season?
We just expect the same thing to happen, Come in here, put work in, and get exactly where we were last year and try to get forward and get to that state championship.
With what you guys achieved last season, how much pressure do you feel to go back out there and do the same thing, or do you even feel any pressure, or is it just more like, hey, we're just going to go out and do the best that we can? Because everybody now expects you to win, from the jump, when that may not have been the case a year ago.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, it's just like go out there, play, and have fun. What happens, happens. But it's really effort. Just give everything we have, and then let the scoreboard dictate itself.
Now, for yourself, what have you been working on? What are some of the areas that you feel that you've gotten better in the offseason?
I've just been really trying to hit the weights a lot. Just getting stronger, make sure my arm doesn't hurt. We have to, because we're probably gonna throw a little bit more this year than last year, and just mainly in the weight room, but footwork too. My footwork isn't that good, but I've been trying to work on it with Coach Cat a little bit. He's trying to teach me.
Are you going to play the same position?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so in that regard, how much do you feel being a leader now, one of the older guys on the team, going out and showing the younger ones how to win?
Just being a leader and being vocal and teaching them if they do something wrong, correct them, make sure they know the way you do it the right way, do everything, do the little things right.
Did that, having a season where you only lost one game, does that change the outlook about how you looked at this team? Are you now looking at Hart County in a different light? Because a lot of people now across the state that kind of raise their eyebrows.
Yeah.
But does that make you look at the program itself from a different perspective?
A little bit, because no Hart County team has ever done this before, so it definitely changes the way you look at things, and our standard has definitely changed, but it's set now.
Okay, so for you yourself, what are some of the goals you've set for yourself, and what are you hoping to accomplish for the team, other than getting a trophy?
I don't know. I haven't really set any personal goals as far as on the field, but as a team, come back, go 10-0 regular season, win the district championship and region championship again, and then let everything else take care of itself.
So what have you seen out of the team so far? What are some of the things that you think you guys are already doing well, and what do you see as far as the outlook of the identity of the team? Because you said you're going to pass more a little.
I would think we're going to pass a little more. We're practicing a little bit more passing in practice, but not a lot right now. He's still wanting us to, run the ball a lot because that's who we are. So, I don't know. Not seeing much different than last year right now, but we got some hard-nosed guys. That's all I got to say about that.
So going into the early part of this season, you now have the community behind you. What's that been like for them to tell you, hey, we expect whatever they expect from you guys this season, and to expect to come out and see some really good football from you guys from the start of the season?
Community being behind us is a big factor in our success, for sure. I think, people say, last year's one-hit wonder and all that. When people think we're not going to have as many fans this year, I think we'll have more just because of what we did last year and what we have more potential to do this year. We're still just as hungry to get that state championship.
What are some of your early thoughts on the outlook for the season, man?
I'm really excited about the season. Coming in, I'm going to be a senior this year. I'm really excited to get my opportunity. We had a lot of seniors last year, and we had a lot of guys graduate, and I think that put a big question mark on us now, people are going to be wondering if we're going to be as good. But I think we're really preparing. We're hitting the weight room hard. We're hitting the field hard at practice, and I think we're just really preparing very well. And I think we're gonna be just as good, if not better than last year.
Well, so what makes you say that from this point in the season last year when you were preparing? What did you see then, and what do you see now that's similar or gives you those expectations?
I really just, when I look at the seniors who graduated, man, a lot of them were good leaders, and they were big role models toward us. And I think we took inspiration on how hard they worked and how much they just put all their effort into every single play, whether it be a practice or in game. And I think with us picking up on that, it's going to lead to more success.
So for you, what's been your growth and development in the off season?
So in the off season, I've really just been focusing on getting better myself. Last year, I kind of took it a little lackluster last year, but seeing all those guys work as hard as they could, it really inspired me, and watching the team just be successful. I just came in every day and giving it everything I have, and just hope to get better each day.
How much does that change the culture of Hart County high school football in this community and the expectations for what you guys are as a program, as a high school, does that give you guys more pride in this program? Just talk a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely does. So, people used to look at this and it was just Hart County football, but what we've seen in the last couple of years is that we can be successful when we put in the work and we put in all the hard work, and we see success come from that. And I think that has changed the culture in the community and the school, and it gives us more to take pride in, because we have more success to look toward and something to like really, we can hang our hats on something like that. So it's just been good for the school, been good for the community. It just gives us something good to look forward to.
Well, speaking of something to look forward to, what are some of your goals for the team, and what are some of the goals that you set for yourself personally?
So for the team, I'm really just looking for each day. Coach Griff's big on the 1-0 mentality. So every day, just for the team, is to go 1-0 every day. And if we go 1-0 every day, we can win each day, go day by day, and we can end up winning games just like we did last year. And personally, I'm just looking to get the best out of each rep for myself, and just come in every day and work as hard as I can, and just see where that takes me.
This is the man that gave us the prediction last year that we're going to go undefeated.
Yes, sir.
And you were only one game away from that.
Yes, sir.
Well, two, really. But you got really close. What are some of your thoughts on the early part of this preseason, and what have you seen out of the team so far?
We just working as a team. It's always teamwork for us, staying humble, not getting greedy. We're not looking for any star players here, just working together and having a great community.
What's different this year? What have you seen so far out of the team to make you think you guys are either going to be good, can contend, or some of the things that you saw start to develop as a foundation for what you guys can do this year?
I definitely think the loss of our seniors, it definitely took a more of a mental hit to us. Just trying to adjust to that, but we got the guys. We got the guys that put in places. A lot of people have been saying like we're not good enough, or we're just like a one-hit wonder. We got the people to do it. And all we got to do is just work and stay focused.
Now, how much is that? How much now that you've got that leadership role? How much does that change the way that you approach the game?
I mean, it really doesn't, man. I've always kind of been the leader kind of mindset, full effort, just give it my all, and make sure my teammates are doing the same. I don't like when my teammates are taking half reps or not trying or slacking off. It just makes me mad. So I try to stay on top of that and make it like a coach.
Now you made that prediction last year.
Yes, sir.
Did you really believe that?
I sure did.
And so when week after week, when you guys were fulfilling that, what were you thinking? Each week you can win 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. When it got to 10-0, what were you thinking about? What you guys could do, or that prediction that you had made?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did tell you about the long run, what I was hoping our team would get to. But our team definitely tries to take it week by week, and that's what I was thinking about. Every week is the next week, and nothing on after that. So I definitely think that taking it week by week is definitely important for us. our team model is 1-0, and that's just how we do things right now.
So for you, how much have you progressed in the off season? Maybe some of the things that you've gotten better on, and what are some of the things that you've set for yourself as far as goals?
I mean, I've been just making sure I can fit that leadership role here, making sure my mind's right. I've been hitting the gym a lot. I gained about 20 pounds since last year. So
I see it.
Yeah, yeah. So that and just making sure everything's going smoothly here, setting a good agenda for my teammates.
Man, what's some of your thoughts on the early part of this preseason?
Just want to go into preseason. We just want to do good. We have Caleb, Dylan Willard moving up the tackle and he's on the D-line. That's something new for me.
Okay.
And just want to finish 1-0, go undefeated. Really just grind it all the way out and come up on top, go to state. That's what we want.
What's different about the D-line?
We got me and baby Jake moving up, Madden at backer. So we got LG now, so that's a little different. And but I still feel like we're a pretty solid D-line and all around defense. So other than that, it's going to be pretty good. And then like me, I'm in the middle of kind of going both ways right now. So if our sophomore Dylan Willard, if he can't do it, then I'll be going both ways, and that would be a little.
You like that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for it. If we go both ways, I'm down for it.
Man, you gotta keep your wind up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I gotta be able to keep my wind up, but I'm ready for the season.
Okay, so what's the biggest thing that you're looking forward to? What other than playing out there on the field, but what's the number one thing that you're really hoping to see this season? You gonna hit somebody?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To cause a fumble, you want to have a pick six, or what's the main thing that you hope to?
I mean, I really just want to go back and I want to go for state again. I mean, we were so close, and it just. It's a feeling that I can't even explain it really, but I just want to go back and do it again and go all the way.
Wait, so you said it's a feeling. Is that a good feeling?
It's a good feeling.
Or
I mean, losing wasn't a good feeling, but being there for the first time, and we're the only ones to ever do it, and we're going to do it again this year, and it's just a surreal feeling, if you know what I mean.
Now that you've had some time to look back on that, are you guys more happy with what you accomplished, or sad that you got just that close, just a few points away from going to the big dance?
That was devastating. Yeah, we were all pretty shook up about that because we knew we should have won that game. But other than that, I'm sorry.
What can you say about the way you played last season?
About the way I played?
Yeah.
I didn't really start all through high school. Coach Griff asked me, he said, "Are you ready for this season?" He told me he was going to start me at right tackle. I was 6'2", 180 pounds, at varsity level. So, I mean, I had a lot of expectations looking forward towards me. And just like this year, too, I'm getting moved to D-line and possibly O-line if they can't get it figured out. And so I'll have to be ready for that.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so what in your journey do you feel that you've gotten the most improved on from what we've seen from you last season to now?
Oh yeah, most definitely, and especially in my hip mobility and footwork, all that.
Okay.
That's what I've been training all summer for that.
And what are some of the goals that you set for yourself? What are you hoping the number one thing on the field that you accomplish?
Just holding my teammates accountable and just being all around, trying to be that team player.
Now let me ask you this about Coach.
Yes, sir.
How's he changed now that he's become a one win away from a championship?
I mean, he hasn't. I wouldn't say he's changed at all. And he's still Coach Griff.
Well, is it now that all those things he was telling you guys that you could accomplish, are you now like, hey, have you bought in, so to speak,
yes.
more than you did before because you've achieve some success.
Yeah, like ever since freshman year, I'd say all of us seniors that been here, we've all bought into Coach Grit from what he's told us, and that's what made us so great last year and this year too. And the majority of us seniors and juniors are bought in. We're still working on some of the freshmen and sophomores, but yeah.
Speaking of which, now that you are more of a leader, how much has that influenced the way that you approach the game, and what have the younger ones seen from you as far as leadership?
Just trying to show up every day, do what coach has asked of you, and just be that guy and just do whatever.
What's some of your early thoughts on what you've seen out of the team so far in practice?
We work hard. We know what it takes to get it done. We just got to keep getting there every day, winning the day, and we're gonna get there.
Now I got to go back to last season.
Yes, sir.
And take us back to that loss.
Well, we were day in, day out, and gave it our all, and just come up short.
Now that you've had some time to reflect on it,
Yes, sir.
are you more proud of what you guys were able to achieve, or are you more disappointed that you got one game away from the championship?
Well, you can't focus on the last play. You make a mistake, you recognize your mistake, and you get up and play the next play. So I'm grateful that all that happened, but I'm also disappointed at the same time.
Yeah. So what have you been working on in the off season, and what are some of the ways you feel like you've gotten better?
Just putting in just repetition, like just everything that we worked on last year, and just wrapping everything out, getting better every day.
So are you expecting big things from the team? Going 13-1?
Yes, sir.
Do you expect a repeat of that? Or are you guys just taking it game by game?
Well, I think we're just gonna go focus on a 1-0 every day. Win the day in practice. You win the 4 days of practice. You win the Friday nights. So I think we're gonna focus on that and keep our head up.
Now, you've had plenty of time in the off season for the people in the community to talk about what you guys accomplished last season. What have they told you about what they experienced in the Hart County Raiders?
All I've heard is how great it was, and they're asking if we're going to do it again this year, and we just got to put in the work to make it happen again this year.
All right, do you feel pressure?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So talk a little bit about the leadership for the upperclassmen to give guidance to those who are younger.
Yes, sir.
And how much they're bringing those guys along.
Well, we got Cam, he's a great leader, he's always uplifting. We got a bunch of seniors that are always just pushing everybody as hard as they can. And we always pushing the younger guys to finish the reps and work as hard as they can. And hopefully they step in the shoes.
What do you think will be the identity of this team? What will this team be known for?
Same as it always has been, grit. So.
Okay, so my last question is about goals for the team. What are you hoping that the team can accomplish other than hoisting a trophy and winning it all? And what are some of the things that you hope for yourself to do?
Just play as a team and never waste anything. You know what I mean? Like, never waste a rep, never waste a game. Just leave it all out there on the field. And because it's my senior year, it's the last ride. I just want to give it everything I got this year.
You just said, here we go again.
Here we go, that's right.
Now, a year ago, we were doing the same thing, and you didn't really want to say what you were expecting out of the team, but I thought that you felt like you had a great team. You actually said we're doing some things well. What have you seen out of your team so far?
Kind of the same thing. Now we're a year removed from that, and it's how do I say this? After what we've done, you're anxious to see what we can do, and I know we have the pieces to do it. Everybody talks about the 10 seniors we lost, but they don't realize that We got 19 seniors. We're going to have 19 seniors, and a lot of those guys have played for us for 3 years now. So it's going to be a different look as far as you're losing Jacksons and Clarks, but you got Christian Martins and Cam Asbury's, and we got some guys that moved in. LD Wagner from Vernon who's really going to help us. So as a coach, yes, I didn't want to say what I thought we could do last year, but it's kind of the same with this year. I think we could win every game, and I think we can lose 3 or 4 games if we don't. That's just how we are. It's good to go into every season knowing that you can be in every game. When you look at the schedule, you think you can be in every game, and then if you're in it, then something's got to go your way. You got to make something go your way to win it.
Now, how difficult is it to move on from last year? I mean, really, do people? How hard is it to get the guys to not talk about what or do you?
No,
or should you?
You should.
Or,
that's the thing.
New year, different team.
Right. Yeah, that's the way to put it. On New Year, different team. When you think about Trinities or let's go Franklin Simpsons and Glasgow's and those kinds that are big programs that are used to doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How do they do it? I guess you just even for me, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks afterwards, everybody's like, oh, great run, but there will come a point where, and I've said it to the guys, and they've handled it better, I think the coaches have, or even social media, people just always asking, they're ready to say, hey, 2023 was in the past. How are we going to write 2024? And that's kind of been our motto is, we got to write our own story. We wrote the story last year. Now these seniors got to write the story, and that's what I'm anxious to see about. And we saw some over at 707 today, and I don't hang a lot on 707 at all. But my biggest worry was we're losing some key playmakers. And not so much they're just big playmakers, but when we needed to stop, I always tell me Jackson was there. You know what I'm saying? Or when we needed a big play on offense, Clark was there to spark us. And so I was curious. That's what I'm more worried about is are we going to stand around and wait for somebody to make that play, or somebody? And what I saw at 707 today at Countsville was there were some guys that want to make plays and they're hungry and they want to do it. So that impressed me more than anything.
Now, at the end of the season last year, you got some accolades for the job that you did as the coach, and you were named Coach of the Year.
Yes, sir.
How much does that give you legitimacy, quote unquote, with the guys, and for what you were trying to get them to buy into? Is it easier to sell it that now that you've been able to accomplish some success?
You want to be honest with you? I had to sell it before now. Because if they didn't buy into what I was preaching and the Kool-Aid I was stirring and all that stuff, we wouldn't have won 13-1 last year. And I've said that before, when I first got here, and one of my favorite sayings, and I don't know if I've heard it, but I just say it, okay? If you're afraid to lose, you're never going to win. And I say that because when I first got here, I kind of bought into coach, I can't come to practice, or you know what I'm saying? And I thought I needed those kids, and I didn't. And I made it, in 2018, I made a stern stance that, guys, we've tried it your way. We're going to do it my way from now on. And so what you're asking me is these guys that we still have, they're bought in. And it's not because of what I did last year. They're bought in because they're bought into the program. And that's why we were able to do what we did last year, which in terms led to why I was able to get to the accolades that I got. It wasn't anything I don't have to go resell myself to those guys. They understand what it takes to win and be a Raider. And that's what I'm trying to get to is we did it their way a long time ago and we weren't successful. And they've understood, and we talked about this the other day, guys, we can do it your way, but you're not going to like results. This is the way I know how to win football games, and especially in a school like this, and just how we did in Central Hart. And this is how we're going to do it here. And that's why we were 13-1. We were 9-3 the year before that. We were 6-5 the year before that. So, we're working on 3 years, 3 winning seasons, hopefully another 4th. And I don't see it. What I see from the 7th grade up to now is everybody's pretty much doing the same thing. They're in the weight room working hard. And as far as selling myself, I don't have to sell to them right now. I don't. I don't think they can. I'm thankful for what happened last year. I'm thankful for the coaches voting on me and all that stuff. But these kids in this locker room right now, they're bought in. They're bought into being a Raider. That's we talk about that. People want to say, hey, why were you guys so successful last year? I'm going to say that the biggest reason why we were successful last year was we were unselfish. You know what I'm saying? We were unselfish. Clark started the season off hot, but he fell off towards the end. But Hunter Rowe picked up, and JD, and then defensively, we were unselfish. We didn't marry. Same thing here. We got talent, but we have to be unselfish.
What's the biggest adjustment you've had to make?
To me, the biggest.
Have you taken?
Yes, no, I have. No, I have.
The guys you lost.
I have, and the biggest adjustment, every year that, those guys that we just lost, some of them been with me for, they were here when I got here. They were young kids, and so just trying to find the leaders. Each team's different, and last year it was how are we going to manage all the guys we got, because we had 22, 23, 24 guys that could play. Like we needed to find them. But this year, it's not so much we have 23, 24 guys. It's how are we going to create depth by moving people around? You know what I'm saying? So as a coach, there's a lot of, the style has to change to where last year we were one-way players and we have a lot of two-way players this year, but we don't want to rest them on defense. We want to rest them on offense. So as far as that goes, we're having to change. We're having to change how we've done practice some because we don't have as many guys as we did last year. We got good talent, but we don't have the depth that we've had. So that's been a challenge. And then the other thing is just handling it all. I mean, because the questions you're asking me is the questions I've been asked for the last 5 months. You know what I'm saying? And my biggest answer is, what you guys are waiting to see is what I'm waiting to see. We're going to coach them hard. We're going to do the same thing. But they're the ones that go out Friday night and make the plays.
But speaking of what you're going to see, what have you seen so far? What do you feel will be the identity of this team?
I think defensively we're going to be good. I think we could be better than we were last year. I really feel that way. Jackson Shoulders and A.D. Milby and Clark were big roles in what we did, and Josh Redan, but we replaced Josh Redan with his brother Jake, and Jake's bigger and played a lot for us last year. We returned 9 starters in defense, so I really expect defensively to come together earlier and carry us. But I also feel that we're athletic, and I think people have asked me, Coach, you ran for 4,400 yards last year. We're not going to quit doing what we do. But we got Connor Trent, we got Jacob Shoulders, and those two right there are a dynamic duo. Connor's, I think, one of the best receivers in this area, and I've been saying it hands down. He went this winter and played with Deuce and those guys down there in 707, and they love him. I mean, I've had coaches call and say that's a guy right there. So we got to find a way to get him involved in the passing game, but we're still going to run the ball. It's just, how do we run the ball? Last year we ran a lot of perimeter plays, and we're going to be better inside or outside. That's something that will come as we start going. But what I've liked so far is the offseason was so smooth that I don't even feel like we had one. Like, when you look at some of our kids' body changes, but they just understood the work that it took. And the old adage of winning breeds winners, that's kind of what we're seeing right now. Is they saw the mold has been shaped and they're falling into it. And, there wasn't a lot of stopping the weight room and getting on them. It was, they come in here and you feel how it is now. Just imagine getting 35, 40 kids in here and you can't stand on the floor. And they do it. And so that's what I've been the most impressed with, is just how they've handled themselves. And to be truthful, they haven't thought about last year.
Wow. So do you feel that you've, for the last 3 seasons, you've had winning seasons. So do you feel that a culture of winning and an expectation of winning is finally being instilled here?
Yes, and
and in what ways are you seeing that?
Just how we carry ourselves, how we don't miss practices no more. We're in the weight room, and this is the biggest thing. When we took over, I had three. I said you got to take care of 3 rooms: living room, classroom, and weight room. And we figured that out. This is big for us, for what we do. But the thing that what you asked is just how they carry themselves in the weight room, and just how the leadership is, and they hold each other accountable, and that's one of our 4 core values is accountability, and not hold yourself accountable, but how you do hold yourself accountable, but that's not what we're looking for, is everybody else holding each other accountable, and that's what I've seen. They saw these other guys do it, and they saw what happens when you work hard, and I think they bought into that part. But the big thing is just understanding that we've talked about this, is that champions aren't made on Friday nights. Champions are made on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's how you prepare. And that was the hardest thing I had to get through these guys when I got here. And I still have to say it. If you come to a couple of practice, you hear me say this, guys, you still don't understand what it is to be a champion. What I mean by that is we lose some focus. We lose some things. But that's where it's made. It's how hard do you make it in the weight room. It's how do you handle practice? How do you handle walkthroughs? How do you handle everything that happens between Monday and Friday? And that's where champions are made. And that's why you typically see the same schools doing the same thing, because those guys, the mold has been set, and they get to see it, and they get to witness it, and it's passed down. It's just like everything else. Because I can tell you, when I left Central Harbor in 2015, there's no reason they should have won another major championship. They weren't near as good as they were that year. But it's kind of what you're seeing here. It's just being passed down, and winning breeds winners, and it just that's the way it is. And once guys see that, they'll buy into it, because everybody wants to win. You know what I'm saying? And listen, we still, young guys coming in, they want to try and buck the system, but the older guys, they take care of that. So that, to answer your question, that was the hardest thing to change here. It wasn't, and that's a culture too. You know, that's a culture. It wasn't how to play football, or can we tackle, or can we run, because we've always been able to do that. It's just how do we prepare? And that's what I've seen from these guys, is they prepare as good as anybody would do.
You know, last year you guys were chasing history. There's not a whole lot of history left other than winning the championship.
Right.
You know, so what are the goals, or where's the mark here? Is it, of course, the district champion? What are the goals that you set?
To be simple, 1-0. That was our motto last year, and it can't change. I mean, we got to be 1-0 every day. You know, last week we won 1-0. I think we lost. When we went through practice, I blew the whistle on Thursday. Said, "Boys, you won 1-0 today. You won one. You got beat somewhere. Somebody outworked you, because we didn't have good practice." And that's our goal. Is if we get caught up in what you're asking, like, there's a ceiling, and that's, you know, there's championships, and yes, we were 2 points from being a state championship, so there's still more to go. But if you get caught up in that, chasing that, you're going to fall. You're going to fall. So just how do you? And I guess this goes back to the question earlier: is how do you handle it? Just be 1-0 every day. Are we going to be 1-0 today? I know it's media day, it's picture day for us, but how do we handle picture day? Are we going to go out there and mull through it, or are we going to be the best we can be and be 1-0? And that's to answer your question. I know there's probably a cheesy way to answer it, but just be 1-0. Because if I wake up every day worried about, well, we've done this, now how are we going to do it again? What kind of drive am I going to have? We've set the ceiling. Does that make sense? You got to be 1-0. Just your goal is to be 1-0 every day. If you're 1-0 every day, guess what happens? Until you're not 1-0, you're going to keep playing.
Well, it must have made an impression on the players, because they mentioned it today.
Okay.
About going 1-0. So that's their goal.
Yep.
To go 1-0 each week. But my last question is about you couldn't do a lot of what you had done, I think, without the people that support you. And how much that has, for the larger community, what you guys have done has helped and brought pride to this community, and have them to have something that they can be proud of from this area.
Well, you know, first of all, I'm going to say, you guys are all on Brian last year, and you're part of it. I've said that all on KY Sports has been amazing for Hart County, just in general. But to see the last 4 years, I'm going to go back 3 to 4 years. To see it just keep growing every year, and the support keep coming in and pouring in, and not only are the kids buying in, but the community buying in. You know, I think we did a campaign not too long ago, and we raised $10,000 more than we've ever raised.
Wow.
You know, and it's not about the money, it's just about people are buying in. And I've always said this to our kids, and I used to say this to our admin too, is, listen, what are we giving back to them? Like, we go and ask for money, and we go and ask for support from our community, but what are we giving them? Man, it's not just football, it's basketball and baseball. I mean, we owe them. We you know, that's who's supporting us, that's who's the backbone, and you're starting to see, like I said, that's one thing, just the people texting, keeping up with you, stopping by practice, alumni guys now. I mean, we've given people, the guys are giving the community something to be proud of. And that's what's great about high school football. Is that, and so as long as we realize that it still says Hart County in front of our chest, and that's what we're playing for, I think we'll have playing back in all time. I mean, the community's been great. It really has. And you know, we got a new turf field coming. We're going to open that up on the fourth week against E-Town. But just to see the growth that's happened, and you guys were there for Friday nights. I mean, you saw, it's like a party here every Friday night. It was
a great atmosphere.
It was a great atmosphere. It was as good as atmosphere as I've been in high school football. So I'm excited. I don't think it's going to change. All of our own seats are pretty much sold out right now. So the community support is great. We just got to keep giving them a product that they can be proud of. And that's what this is about. You know, I tell I'm also the AD, so I got to put my AD hat on sometimes. And the coaches will ask me, Coach, You got to understand that in this community, what is it? It's just us. Not just, and I'm not talking about football, I'm talking about the basketball team, the baseball team, the track team. That's what this team community has to support. And so give them something worth supporting. Whether you win or losing, give them something good to support. And they in our community stepped up to the challenge they have. It's been a good ride, and I think we're primed and ready to go for another one. See how we go.
You know, I hate to even ask you this question because we've coming off such a great conversation, but I wouldn't have covered a lot of your games had it not been for this one person and how he helped KySports.TV to experience everything that you guys did last season. Can you talk a little bit about Coach?
So, Coach Jetta was probably, and I said it last night, we went and did a talk show in Bowling Green for WBKO, Sports Connection, and they asked about him. And I'm going to say this, he's my best friend. Okay, so just to know that I just find you find yourself, he was just that kind of guy. And when you listen to people speak about him, just like what you did, and when you listen to the community, and WNKY's done a thing on him, and just when you listen to the boys speak about him, it lets you know what he was. And he wasn't so much per se coach to these kids as he was just a father. I mean, he took kids home, he gave them money, he took them on vacations. He just, from the day that I got there, he was the second phone call to me that said, hey, congratulations on being a Raider. My kid is still in Little League, but whatever you need, I'm going to be there to give it to you. And he's been a friend. And I find myself, and I know this is kind of sappy in a sense, I don't want to get there, but I can smile too, he was always that guy that you picked up the phone and called, he answered. And sometimes I find myself wanting to do that, and because no matter what, he was always positive. And he always thought we were going to compete. I don't care if Trinity was coming down here to play on Friday night, he thought he was going to win. And he loved Friday nights. The text every morning on Friday morning that you got from Coach Jetta was, let's go. And he may add some more things to it in a Jetta way, okay? But you knew what it was. And just to watch him and his family go through what they went through, and it happened so fast, it really hit us home. It has. We speak to his wife on a daily basis, everybody keep their family in prayers, because it's just hard, when he's diagnosed. I mean, truthfully, he went in the hospital, I think, on the 28th of May or something, and passed on the 18th. It just happened so fast. And we lost a great man, we did. And I say this all the time. They got one heck of a fighter up there, because their world's going to be turned upside down, because he's a mess. But he left us in good hands. He left, and this weight room that you're in, this is Coach Jetta. I mean, literally, this is Coach Jetta. He did it all. I mean, I helped him paint and stuff, but what you see is he bought the diamond plate. He bought the. I mean, he wanted the best for the kids, and I've never met another man like him. I really haven't. That just had a passion for helping young kids, and that's the guy's honest truth. He's taken our kids. We've had kids that, that's what we deal with. We've had kids that don't have parents, or parents have kicked them out, and he's taken them in. He's taken them to Florida with him. So it leaves a hole that I think everybody feels. Like, everybody feels it, So we're going to honor him and wear the J and the G on our helmet this year, and that kind of stuff. But just to know that, and Logan Boone said the best the other day, just to know that Coach Jetta is with us, it lets us know how can anybody be against us, because he was a fighter, and he believed in us. So that'll be a big thing for us this year, is feeling everything he did. And you got to know him as a person too. He just was he was a different person, and he was a special person. I lost a good friend as well as everybody else did. So.
Well, Coach, I really look forward to seeing what you guys do this season. I'm hoping that you finally get to that championship game and get over that hump. So I would love to see if them dump the Gatorade on you. I'm
going to say this, and as a coach, you don't ever think this. We have the ability to do it. We do. To see, go 10-0 is hard to do, but to be there for a district championship and a region championship, it's doable. Barring injury or something like that, it's doable. And anytime you're standing in the shoes in a county school like we are, to be able to say it's doable that's what you want as a coach. So we just have to wait and see. It's theirs or right, not mine. So we'll find out.
Okay, well, you heard it here, guys. Hart County High School football 2024. Keep it locked. Man, appreciate you.
I do.